What's shaking, man?
Not much, man. Thank you for having me. It's actually my first time speaking to you. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just watching you. I mean, the reason why you just started, because I usually engage with you, but the reason why I just got onto this one is because, the email you were reading about this guy. And, you've previously done this, the last one was like about this woman who had all these smart things to say. But I'm just sort of curious, like, are men just destined to sort of end up this way? Because usually I'm pretty sure that a lot of these guys have come across someone pretty similar to you, like someone who's like pro, men's right or whatever. They've heard these things before, but usually they just think that, okay, yeah, I get it. There are women like that, but my significant other may be the exception. Usually that's the mentality that men would have until they end up, getting screwed over, in which case they come in, with their tails between their legs, and sort of now they want to listen to you when it's a little too late.
Right.
So, I don't know, because, and you also attribute that to, like, man being raised by single mothers or whatever. But we have to also acknowledge that a lot of fathers too raise their sons, with this sort of mentality, this guy.
Mentality. There's a lot of weak fathers out there that are definitely contributing to this problem.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you sort of like try to fix this problem? Because, in many cases, men in particular, they're going to try to search for people like you once they've already been dumped, once they've already, it's kind of a little too late for them to, like, because usually people get into problems or whatever. They're not going to speak for someone like you. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing about the red pill is it's not a vitamin. It's a prescriptive medication to solve an ailment, right? Like, people take vitamins. They take vitamin C and zinc and vitamin D to prevent themselves from getting COVID, right?
Right.
You go and take, prescription medicines, painkillers, essentially to deal with the problem that you've created. And that's when they come to this. So, you're to your earlier point, and I think you changed the name of your screen name because you had a point to address on whether men are just destined to end up this way. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me, actually. It's like cereal. It's like
For the most part, yeah. Men are destined to complicate their lives and justify why they do it. And that's not going to change for the vast majority of the population. Dude, it wouldn't matter if I had like 10 million subscribers and 1 billion views on my channel. That doesn't even put a dent into anything.
Right, because I still feel like, even though they're just pretty aware, I mean, there's just like the impulse to like want to get what they want. And it's just like, okay,
guys love simping, man. Yeah, they love bending the knee to women. They've always been disposable throughout history. We've always been treated as disposable. It's in our DNA to basically throw ourselves at the feet of women and society like a little bitch and let society and women do with us, what they please. It's guys like me that say, hey, you know what? Put yourself first. Like Rolo says, make yourself your own mental point of origin. That's what shakes it up a bit. That's what makes it better for guys. That's how they have better experiences in life.
Right, but even some men who are already aware of like what's out there, they usually just sort of slowly sort of get themselves in the hole because, okay, I'm just going to do this, but not cross this line because I know what this is all about or whatever. Then the next time they get a little closer and closer and closer until the point where they just end up screwed up all over. So I just don't know at this point. Like, this just could be like the bottleneck for,
Yeah, but like, what are you concerned with? Like, why do you care is my question. Like, why do you care that men are destined to like become this weak version of themselves? Like, why aren't you focused on yourself?
I mean, I am focused on myself, actually. I mean, I'm studying. I mean, I'm a young guy studying college. I mean, I'm pretty aware. Like,
when I see somebody that's just about to destroy their life and I ask them a question like, hey man, did you think this one through? Did you take a look at a prenup? Right. And they kind of cast it aside and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, I'm fully in love. I'm fully committed to this. This isn't going anywhere. I'm not worried about this. I don't care that she's a hairdresser and I make $250,000 a year. It doesn't matter to me. It's like, okay, at least I just opened the door to see if you wanted to take a look at a few things inside that hallway. You don't want to look at it? That's cool, man. You go and fuck up your life.
And like on a lot of cases, they're like, they know that, this is the right thing to do, but just don't want to upset their significant other by just sort of giving the impression that their significant other is going to like be a little greedy or whatever.
Yeah, so it's totally fine. You just have to let it go. I mean, you just have to, get yourself to the point where, you realize that you've only got so much energy in a given day to allocate to things that are worth your attention. And you only reserve your attention and energy for those things. That's it. I covered that in my How to Give Fewer F's chapter in my book.
Yeah, by the way, I just ordered your book on Amazon.
You're gonna love it.
I actually was reading some of the reviews. They're just amazing. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for having my call. I appreciate it.
All right, Eli. Thanks, man. See you later.
Cool. Bye.
Peace.